1 year ago tonight, Joshua Gimo vanished from an apartment near St. John's.
This week marks 15 years since Josh Gimo went
The
missing.
St. John's Jr. disappeared while walking home from a party.
I think Josh had secrets just like everybody else has secrets.
2002년 11월 9일 세인트 존스 대학교 기숙사에서 조슈아 기몽은 어떤 흔적도 없이 사라져버립니다.
People start realizing Josh isn't there. A couple of people at the party had noticed a male get up and leave, but they weren't quite sure if it was Josh.
He's just gone.
그는 학교에서 인기 많은 학생이었고 학우들과 좋은 관계를 유지하며 뚜렷한 꿈을 갖고 있는 청년이었죠.
In our sophomore year of high school, we started dating. So Josh was my high school sweetheart. He was very handsome, blonde with blue eyes. He was athletic, had a great sense of humor.
Josh and we met when we were in about second grade and then became really close at the end of high school. After that, we still stayed close.
Josh liked to have a lot of fun. He was outgoing. He was always happy and smarter than he should have been.
Josh was interested in being a lawyer.
But good, solid teaching never will.
As soon as Josh was going to turn 35, he was running for the next presidential election. Planned on going to law school once we finished college, and then from there he was going to be a lawyer, and then from there he would be a politician, and eventually he would be the president.
My sophomore year, I joined the mock trial team with Josh, who was a year behind me at St. John's, and I was one of his best friends at the time he disappeared.
The last time I saw Josh was the week before down at McAllister College watching a mock trial.
So the last time I saw him would have been after dinner, probably 6:37. He was with his friend Alex in our apartment. I think it was sometime a little after 2 a.m. when I left Katie's apartment. I went home, I went upstairs. I noticed Josh wasn't in his room, but I just said, oh, he must still be at the party. The next morning, I saw he still wasn't there, and I thought that was weird. I checked my AOL Instant Messenger. His account had been idle for probably over 12 hours. All I could think of is like, where is he? I talked to Greg and Alex, but they didn't know where he was.
I knew something was wrong. Something was preventing him from coming back because
I got a call from the Dean of Students Sunday night at 10:30 on November 10th. And he said, you need to report your son missing. His friends haven't seen him since last night.
Call from Joshua's mother reporting Joshua's disappearance came in November 10th at 11:42 in the evening.
신고를 받은 경찰은 조슈아가 지내던 기숙사부터 살펴보지만 어떠한 흔적도 증거도 없었습니다.
I remember his keys were there, and we looked and checked, and his car was still in the parking lot where I remember him last parking.
So we talked to Joshua's friends and roommates, helped track his movements and activities the night before his disappearance.
Josh and his friends were in Josh's apartment at St. Maur House.
We do know that Joshua's key card was used to access his apartment at 11:06. That was the last time Josh key carded back into his apartment. The poker party that Joshua went to was a pretty small gathering, 10 to 12 kids. They said he showed up at the party between 11:30 and 12.
I talked to a lot of Josh's friends who were at the poker party with him. He was having a great time. He was joking around. He was acting like his normal self at the party.
Eventually, they saw Joshua get up from the table, and nobody really paid attention to where he was going. He just got up and left the party without saying anything to anybody.
I can't remember any time that he had done that previously, where he would have just left without saying goodbye.
That first night of the investigation, a tracking dog was called in to track Josh's scent.
Led to that pathway that's between Metencourt Apartments and St. Maur House, and the trail kind of stopped there.
And then they found two witnesses.
Through our investigation, we identified two witnesses that were students. One was a St. John student, one was a St. Ben student, so basically a guy and a girl.
Between 12:15 and 12:30, they were walking down the road towards the Metencourt Apartments. They continued to walk, and when they looked back a second time, that person wasn't there any longer.
So it is believed that that was Josh.
The witnesses didn't report seeing anything or anyone else, and the overall physical description matched that of Joshua's.
He up and vanished.
There were numerous agencies involved in the search efforts. Stearns County Sheriff's Office was the lead investigative agency.
Wooded, hilly, thick terrain.
I went out physically searching, walking around the campus.
세인트 존스의 부지는 너무나도 넓었고 주 방위군도 수색 작업에 투입됐죠.
There was hundreds of people there.
It was probably the biggest search effort that I've ever seen.
Because we're looking for our friend in this brush for whatever we could find, and we didn't see anything.
At the time that Josh disappeared, there was several college-age students that were missing.
All were about the same age, vanished at night.
그 무렵 비슷하게 실종된 두 청년의 사건과 혼선이 빚어지고 수사는 약간의 지연이 생기게 됩니다.
During the initial searches for Josh, canine was brought in. Dog led us down to the water by the bridge.
Our searches included dragging for a body, divers in the water. boats where we're using sonar technology. But winter set in. There was some thought because the water was so cold, his body may never surface until the water temperatures rose. So we did suspend the search activities in the waters, and we would just wait until the spring.
I felt helpless.
Guimau was last seen about midnight as he left a party.
To be honest with you, I don't think Brian was satisfied with the direction we were taking the investigation, the speed in which we were doing the investigation, our attention to the investigation.
It's not uncommon for those bloodhounds to be able to pick up the scent long after an individual has gone missing. This dog traced Joshua's scent from Menton Court to Stump Lake, then to St. John's Abbey.
At the time Josh disappeared, there was a lot of news stories coming out about things happening at the monastery or the abbey at St. John's.
Claiming a monk molested him inside the school. This is the fourth lawsuit filed against a monk at St. John's Abbey.
So when the search led to the abbey,
She's casting right over here.
where the general public's not typically allowed, ended up contacting us to kind of deal with it.
Brian Guimau asked that the search continue inside the Abbey. They were denied access. Later, our office was called and were able to obtain consent to search through the Abbey with the dog.
The dog found Josh's scent inside the Abbey near the rear of the building, but no evidence of Josh was ever found.
So far, nothing in this investigation has connected them with Guimau's disappearance.
The sound of a family still hoping, still praying for something lost. Others have been found, the ones who disappeared around the same time.
겨울이 지나고 비슷한 시기에 실종된 두 남성은 발견되지만 조슈아만이 여전히 오리무중이었죠.
In the spring, the sheriff's office started searching the waters right away and areas around waters. I remember Brian was searching the lakes and he's out there in a kayak. What if his body floated up right next to that kayak?
If their theory was right, he should have been right there in the water. But that wasn't the case.
Well, when Joshua's body didn't surface, there were so many theories about what could have happened to him. I think the most prevailing theory was probably that somebody that knew Josh or was close to Josh did something to Josh. They're all kids with goals and aspirations, and they've got their whole life in front of them. If they know something or something happened, they have a future to protect. If something happened at the party, I don't think it's possible to keep 10 or 12 kids silent on it.
I believe the kids at the party know more than they say.
조슈아의 어떤 흔적도 찾지 못한 채 5년이 흘러버리고 수사는 종료되었음에도 수사관은 조슈아의 컴퓨터 드라이브를 중심으로 조사를 이어갔습니다.
It's been 5 years since a St. John student was last seen. Still, his family and friends hope for his return.
And specifically in 2008, the thing that I began looking at was Josh's computer. Different people have looked at the actual original hard drive, but in 2008, additional technology giving me some new investigative things to look at, some different possibilities.
수사기관에 맡겨진 컴퓨터의 드라이브가 복구되고 수사관의 눈길을 끄는 것은 조슈아의 인터넷 사용 기록이었죠.
A key to solving the case where he was spending time on Yahoo Personals.
We identified 3 different profiles that we believe were used by Josh, one of which has his partial part of his name and a zip code for the area he lived. And then 2 other ones portray himself as a female, with follow-up with individuals later on that chatting online with men and portraying himself as a female.
Some of the things that were on his computer would lead you to believe that maybe he's looking for casual encounters of some kind, trying to meet people online that he didn't necessarily share with anyone.
One of the theories is that Josh potentially met someone on an instant messaging chat site and ended up chatting with them ahead of time to line up maybe some sort of meetup, maybe meeting with someone that he maybe didn't fully know, and something happened to him.
수사관은 캠퍼스의 보안 서비스 회사의 기록을 조사하는데 캠퍼스에 발길이 뜸한 여러 곳에서 밤중에 수상한 차량을 목격한 기록을 발견합니다.
Campus security stated in the incident reports that when they drove up to the vehicle, they noticed a college-aged male get out of the front passenger seat and run off into the darkness. But in the second report, Life Safety was able to speak with another college-aged male who was in the front passenger seat of that vehicle.
A vehicle description, and in one instance had stopped and spoken with this individual.
해당 인물과 다시 연락해봤지만 그의 진술은 일관됐고 그의 차량은 난파되어 더 이상 조사할 수 있는 것이 없었습니다.
Probable that he was on a dating site or trying to meet people, and I think it's probably our most likely avenue or theory.
Josh would be 39 now, and I would assume he would be a lawyer, if not a senator already.
Oh, Josh would be the president of the United States right now if he hadn't disappeared. If not president, on his way to being president. I think Josh probably had secrets. Whoever knew those secrets would come forward.
안녕하세요, 덕봉입니다. 풀리지 않은 미스터리 시즌 3의 6화 조씨에게 무슨 일이 일어났나였습니다. 2002년에 발생한 실종 사건이었는데요. 보통 실종 사건이라고 하면 시간이 지나면서 증거가 사라지거나 변질되어 더욱 수사가 어려워질 뿐만 아니라 실종자의 행동 패턴, 개인적인 관계 등 정보가 부족하면 수사가 정말 어렵다고 합니다. 조씨의 사건처럼 목격자도 없고 지역이 넓을 경우 더욱더 난항을 겪는다고 하는데요. 지금의 기술력이었다면 찾을 수 있지 않았을까 하는 생각이 드네요. 어떻게 흔적이나 증거도 하나 없이 사라졌는지 정말 이상하네요. 2004년도인 현재도 사건은 해결되지 않았다고 하는데 정말 안타깝습니다. 넷플릭스 오리지널 시리즈 풀리지 않는 미스터리 추천드리면서 오늘 영상 여기서 마치겠습니다. 재밌게 보셨다면 구독과 좋아요 부탁드립니다. 댓글도요. 제발 항상 건강하시길 바라겠습니다.